Morning, Jody.
How's it going?
Awesome. How are you doing? You guys busy?
Good. Yeah, we're pretty busy.
You guys have big plans for this weekend? Easter? You celebrate Easter?
Yeah,
What kind?
just family barbecue. That's it.
Awesome. You got
What
the
about
house key,
you?
yeah? No, I'm just joking.
What?
When is your huddle time? I wanna learn from the pro.
My what?
Your huddle. Are you gonna do a huddle one day?
Oh, yeah. I usually do huddles every once in a while when Laura asks.
Okay. Good seeing you. I'm trying to prepare this real quick.
Okay, okay.
Jody, can you see this? Scramble? Okay. Thank you.
created.
Good morning, everybody. Can you hear me?
Morning.
Morning. Yes, we can hear you.
So that's what we're going to be talking about today. Is how real estate can be very stressful. No, I'm just joking. Can everybody see that? Okay. Can somebody read that for me? Anybody?
The obvious way to start with is really caring. There is no faking sincerity. Tony Robbins.
Thank you, Arthur. So the topic I picked was Rapport is Power by Tony Robbins. And what is rapport? Anybody in this room? Any three of you?
Building a connection, a relationship with someone, establishing some trust.
That is correct.
Close.
So what Tony Robbins says about it.
Oh.
But it's correct. I'm just worded differently. Total responsiveness between two people, the connection or spark that happens in certain communications and relationships. Can you read that for me, David?
Rapport is I guess I can't. Rapport is created by a feeling of commonality.
And how do we build rapport? Conversation. And what do we do in the conversation?
Connect.
Connect. And how do we connect?
Ask questions.
Mirror match.
Mirror match. And what else do we do? We ask questions.
We listen.
Woo! First engage conversations by asking questions. Questions don't build rapport, but they're a tool we use to dig for something. Find something in common. People like people who are like themselves or like the person they wish to become. So I want you guys to think about people that you guys like or you aspire to be. You like them, right? And in certain ways, for me, it's like, if I have to look at Tony Robbins, somebody that I look up to too, is just, I like his energy, I like his style, right? And just think about that one person in your life. 1 second. Okay. 7% of our communication is done with words. The rest is done with tonality and body language. So words sometimes don't work. So what's the percentage of body language? If 7% is communication is done with words.
93.
Did I ask tone or body language? Body language would be 55%. And tonality will be 38%. And 7% is words.
How much was tonality?
Tonality is 38%.
38%.
So the biggest one would be body language. Right? So if somebody does this, you know what, JT, I like this house. And you'd be like, oh, I understand. But how about this house? Right? And it's a certain things that click in their brain. They drink a water, you drink a water. You guys go to a restaurant tonight or wherever you go, your wife, your spouse. And it's the same thing like shaking a hand, right? If I did this to David and I did this, normally he would do this. And so when I go for the second time when I close, he would naturally go, right? And so that's pretty much what I'm going to lead to next. And Milton Erickson, you guys heard about this guy? Can somebody read that? Yeah.
Milton Erickson was a world-renowned hypnotherapist in the 60s and 70s, obsessed with the power of the unconscious mind. He was famous for getting results when years of other treatments and thousands of dollars did not work. His secret? Matching and mirroring his patients to immediately build rapport, specifically aspects of their voice, tone, speed, pitch, and body positioning.
So Tony Robbins, really talks about Milton Erickson in this video. I mean, he had to learn it from somebody, right? To do what he does now. And style is more important than substance initially, but without substance, the relationship won't last. So I kind of digested these topics here. Number one is body language. You can match posture, gesture, eye contact, and breathing. So eye contact is not like staring at the person, but know that you're present. So you give them their full undivided attention. And when you do that, they will do the same back. But it comes with space. When you get the breathing, it gets very technical. It's not like I'm copying David's breathing, but it's just like with your other spouse, if you have one, right? And when you're breathing, when you're in love, when you're in tune, it's a deep connection, and it becomes very natural, I guess, in that point. Voice, if you mirror someone's tonality or voice, they will connect with you and not even know. City talkers, people who speak slow, think fast. Talking people are untrustworthy. Other ways of matching voice are volume of voice and use the same terminology they use. So if somebody speaks slow, and I've been doing this now because I have coaching with the ISA, top ISA team on the nation, and they're very technical from answering the phone. The moment somebody answers the phone and you ask them, who am I speaking with? If they say, this is David, are they a D, I, S, or C? So you got to, from the beginning is when you take control from their name. So is this David? Yup. So yup is like a D.
Yup.
Like, why are you calling me, right? And then C would be like, yeah, this is David. This is David Rucker. Who is this? And it's just like that. You see the balance of tone within that. Very short, very long, loud, very soft. So we pick it up from there. Especially for me now, I write D, I, S, or C from the beginning. And I talked to another agent. People put up the D every time, and then they really tone down from the 5th or 6th questions of who they really are, whether it's an S or a C. Because they're scammers now. People don't want to be bothered. You guys agree? Yes. Okay. Thank you. Proximity. Can you read that for me? Proximity, Shelby.
Space needed to to feel comfortable. This is different for everyone. Look at a body language to make sure you are in the right proximity. If they tighten up, move sideways, or turn away from you, this means they feel uncomfortable.
So when you guys go show a house, proximity is important. Space is important. For me on the phone, it's giving them time to talk. But when you get too close to somebody, right, you get to really engage them. So for someone that doesn't really like confrontation, they'll let you know. So if I went straight to your face and it came really close, you can tell by their neck and you can tell by their muscles that they tighten up. So that, you got to read body language. It's like boxing, right? You guys kind of read, you don't even have to look at the person's face. You can look at their movement of steps and the way that they move. And it's like, it's dancing. This is the dance right here. Proximity and having the in and then that out, the gas and the brake. Touch. You can build more rapport by touching someone than anything. You could ever say, you can match handshake, pats on the back or shoulder. Be very aware though. And you really have to gain permission for you to do that. So it's a progressive. For me, in the beginning, if I meet somebody in person, the handshake would be strong, it would be firm, just like we did with David. He will match me. And it will come with high fives, right? Hey, good job, right? They're listening. And then it will come pats on the back. And then when I ask for the handshake at the end for the close, they're willing to meet me because I'm already doing it. I'm already setting it up. If you're going for the handshake from the beginning and to the end, you should be doing it throughout the whole presentation. Even like, hey, good job, you got it. I'm glad that the light bulb's going off in your head. This is exactly what I wanted to talk about. And I have the same concern too. So let's sit down and talk about this. Pacing and leading. Tony Robbins ended the video. If you guys go on the first 100, have you guys watched it? I'm sure you guys did. Yeah. Go ahead, David, since you're.
Okay, sure. The principle of pacing and leading has been popularized in the general field of neuro-linguistic programming, NLP. Start by pacing the person, connecting and bonding with them in order to gain rapport. This can be done with methods such as mirroring, direct copying of their actions, matching, indirect copy of actions, paraphrasing, rephrasing in your own words, parroting, simple repetition of what they say, agreeing, showing you think similarly, similarity, showing how you are alike in some way, and truth, stating what is unarguably true now.
What do you think about that? You guys, for me, I use parroting a lot. It's called the echo effect. But if I'm lost in a conversation, or I find myself a little bit off the line, I would just echo the person. I will repeat the last four words of what they say, because when I do that, they would actually just talk about what they want to talk about. So if somebody goes, you know, the yard is very important to me because little Johnny loves to play baseball. Little Johnny likes to play baseball. Yeah, he started when he was 4, and it goes on and on and on. And if you haven't tried this, go home with your spouse and try it. So the first thing I learned in timeshare was to do the echo effect, and it led to dinner, a movie, and 4 hours of great times with my other half. And at the end of it, before we slept, she said, "Thank you for listening to me." And I'm there. I'm not there to manipulate her. I'm just there to use these techniques, but to engage, to lead, and to pace and lead the relationship, right? What else? Paraphrasing. And where I come from, it's 3 simple things. It's information confirmation. It's gathering their information. You reconfirm the information. If I understand you correctly, correct me if I'm wrong. And then solution confirmation. So what you're looking for is this, this, and this. That was the trial post come. So it's 1, 2, and 3, and that's how I see things in every situation. Agreeing, and so I'm gonna show you guys an example. Before the example, it says, then when they feel you're aligned with them, lead them to where you want them to go. This can be physical, but it's often simply a verbal and mental process, where they listen to your words and eventually they follow your lead as a professional. So first of all, we got to give them what they want, which is talk about them, which allows us to connect with them at a different level, which allows us to find the problem and then solve the problem. So read that example for us, Veronica.
Thanks for asking me while I'm here with you today, and I'm sure you have a lot of questions. I've been in the same situation, so believe me, I'm with you. Let's sit down and look at the situation.
So there's a couple of things that happened from the last slide here. You're with them, you agree, you've been in the same situation, and you know, just what else did we talk about? Well, similarity, yeah. So that's important. Doing all 3 of those in one close or whatever you guys want to call it. So pacing and leading. What you guys have learned from this today?
One thing I like what you said, Brett, is when you're on the phone, you're like right from the beginning, you're kind of like going, oh, I think this is an I or an S or a C. Yeah. I thought that was a great tip. You might change it as they go through the conversation, but yeah. I'd like to try to use that because I think it'll force me to think about the other things too, marrying and matching and everything else.
Because we all have like 2 strong points. Like for me, it's a high D and high S. I play the S pretty well. I'm very accommodating, very relaxing. But when we get to business or certain topics that I want to talk about, I become very short and energy, and I guess tone becomes very strong sometimes. But that's it. So I learned this from Robbie. He's our ISA coach for me and Laura. We meet with him twice every 2 weeks, and he hangs up the phone on me. So I play with him, and I mean, we go role play. He hangs up the phone. He plays all different types of personalities. I'm like, man, this doesn't happen in Hawaii, but he goes there on the mainland. It does. So you really, even the tone, he makes me go back to the recording and he makes me listen. Like, where you think you're at C? He talks like this and talks about details, yeah, the dimensions of the kitchen. And I'm like trying to talk like this, you know, yeah, I understand you. And he goes, you're off. Go listen to that tape. I'm like, damn. So, and it does for me when I do a voicemail with people, right? We get some crazy voicemails we listen to. Be like, you called me at the wrong time, leave a name. Yeah, maybe I'll get back to you. And so I'll play it that way too. I'll play it that way. And then they call back or text me back. And I was like, you like the voicemail? I was like, yeah, you know, hey, you know, it creates something. I don't know. It's just different. You know, if I was not close to of who they are as a person, then because the voicemails are really important because they take time to record themselves. You probably listen twice, 3 times. I don't know anybody that does it once unless they're a pro, but usually twice they listen to it. Like, okay, I got to do it again, right? And so grabbing their name from the beginning is important to learning their D, IS, or C. So D is very short. C, of course, can be very long. Anybody else? Just one more.
Well, I have a question for you guys. There's can you guys hear me okay?
Loud and clear.
There's an animal in nature that you need to be if you're going to be a master level salesperson. Can somebody tell me what that animal is?
Chameleon.
That's it. That's it. Who said that? Jake?
Yeah. Yep.
You have to be a chameleon. It doesn't matter what their personalities are. And Bradley was mentioning it multiple times, and he was being tested by Robbie. You've got to mirror and match and be that chameleon. You know, we've got you guys pictures up on that shelf outside the conference room, and we understand your disc profile, but that's for us as leadership in communicating with you. And we're being the chameleons when we're communicating with you, but who do you all need to be the chameleons with?
Client.
The clients. So think about that. And if you want them to come around, you'll mirror and match them. But Bradley, you said it to them. You've said this before, right? They open up. What does that mean when a client opens up to you?
You're giving them permission to, I mean, they trust you, right?
Yeah.
Trust you. I mean, that's pretty much it.
But for you to transition them from an adversarial situation, because it's dukes up when you get on the phone with people, right? It's dukes up when you get on the phone with people, and you've got to mirror and match them. Literally, what is Robbie saying? Literally from word one. Oh, hello. Is it me you're looking for? No. Anyway, got to be a chameleon. That was it for me. Awesome, Bradley. I love this podcast. I'm calling it a podcast.
All right. Thank you, guys. Have a good day. Aloha.
Thank you.
Thanks, Bradley.
Thanks, Brad.
Want us to stay on, Attilio, agents, or you want us to dig out?
Okay.
How long was it in here yesterday with the
Oh, yeah,
chiller?
that's how the chiller.
Yeah.